Here we are outside with the Dirt Max. This thing's 5 foot long. It's got a rubber belt, goes around a bunch of rollers and a drive wheel at the bottom. It's 3D printed, custom design. I just actually put the grizzly bar on there today. It's not perfect. I'm working out kinks and stuff, figuring out some things that work and some that don't, but here's 8 minutes of it. It does pretty well. Got a problem with the drive wheel. This actually starts slipping on the belt every once in a while. But I go 8 minutes and I'm sitting inside right now. I'm actually working on out the window. Got the 4200 XL. It's a hydraulic excavator. Loading it up. That grizzly bar works pretty well, but I need to make it just slightly smaller grates between it. Kind of give it some sidewalls too. I'm gonna work on a engine cover too, some sort of shroud. But I'm gonna have to give the belt a little bit more tension than what it is at right now, because it starts slipping, and I got it at the max for the tensioners that are in it, but I can make them a little bit bigger so that it stretches further out. That's what I gotta do, which is pretty simple. The way that I've designed it, I can make the tensioners bigger or smaller pretty easy, because I knew I was gonna go through this. So, but it works pretty well. I'm gonna adjust the chute, the belt feed, because the side of the chute is actually too steep, or it's not steep enough as of a slope, and the dirt will build up on the sides of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it a little bit taller, make the sides a little bit sharper angled. You can see the dirt building up on there. I use the boom to open it up, close it, get in there. I'm actually being pretty rough with it. Like, I'll dig that bucket down into that and start jamming it around and stuff, because I want to test on it and see what kind of stress this thing can take. I don't want to be telling people that it's a good product and then they get it home and just bust it with their excavator. So, and I took all that into account. If someone were here and looking at that right in front of them, they'd be like, darn, that thing is thick. That's what it needs to be in order to hold up to a 44-pound excavator. I take that excavator and dig the whole front of it down onto it if I have to. Being inside, I'm not actually there listening to what that excavator is really doing. You can't really tell what kind of pressure you're putting down or anything unless you're right there with it. And also, the wind's blowing about 50, 60 mile an hour outside, if you couldn't tell. The fucking dirt's just getting blown off everything. See, like right now, the motor's still turning on that conveyor belt. It's just, the belt has gotten to a spot where it slips real easy, so the motor's slipping on the belt at the very bottom. Normally, it slowly works itself through the spot, but if nothing else, I'd just take the bucket and push down on the cog wheel at the very bottom, and it'll grip the belt and pull it through. So you can see it just took off right there, and it just goes, starts going again. It just needs more tension on the drive wheel. I had a feeling I was going to go through that though, so I made it to where I pretty much made every last piece of this to where it could be adjusted and changed, because I knew it was going to be used in different angles, everything. And at this point right here, I actually got the feed door opened up all the way. So it's feeding the belt as far as it can. As much. Jackstar, quit. See, I got some bigger chunks that are on there. Like, it's been snowing and stuff outside, so our ground is pretty wet. That soil that's got a lot of moisture in it, it's actually a lot harder to run through things like this, especially at scale size. If it were dried out, it just pours into it. But the grizzly bar's been working out pretty well. A good old bucket with the 4200. I love the 4200, but I got one that was used and just about everything on it has been stripped and came loose, so I just about got to do some work to it. It's still a good machine though, still putting dirt through the processor. I got another piece of equipment too that I made. I just don't have it out yet. More like a trommel. Haven't really shown much of it. But one day this will feed it. Or one of these just like this will feed it. Tell you the truth, I've got a lot of upgrades that I've already done to this conveyor belt. I just haven't printed them out and put them on this one here. One small magic trick later and we're outside for a close-up. Gotta get some dirt to put in there. See, I actually don't have all the rollers underneath of the belt. You can see the belt has a little bit of slack in between the rollers here and there where it kind of seems like it's like lagging down. But I need to finish getting all the rollers in there. Actually takes like 10 rollers or something like that. Just depends on how long you make it, because you can make this here as long as you want. You might have to put another motor on it though. But it's doing pretty well there.